come to it. We're at chapter 5, and he says what? And, you know, with the estimation by what? Shekels of silver. By estimation by shekels of what? Silver. How many other pieces of silver were equal to the amount of the ram? That's what God is saying. See? So somebody may give Junior 10 acres of land. He owe God what? Tithe. You can't say, well, it's land. It has value. It has what? Value. So God says to him, estimate how much an acre would what? Be. And that's what you give to the church. And says, this is, God bless me with 10 acres of what? Land. And an acre of land sells $1,500. So here's $1,500 what? Dollars. Now the land belongs to what? Him. All 10 what? Acres. Church don't own none. That's all God's saying. He's not telling you, please hear me out. He's not telling you that when you go buy what? Listen to me good. When you go buy 10 acres of what? Land. Why? Because the money you buy the 10 acres of land with, you already paid tithes what? Own it. Own it. So you don't owe him no land, son, if you go buy 10 what? Acres. Acres. Because you already paid tithe on the money that you using to buy the what? Land. So the land is free from tithe. You owe God nothing on that. Everybody understand? Amen. Do you see it?
I got one other scenario that I'd like to point out, though, is if you take that same 10 acres of land and you were expecting to pay $3,000 an acre, and God allowed you to buy for $1,500, then you owe tithe because God increased you.
Right.
Is that correct?
Right. Yeah. Right. Right. Because He increased you. But see, no matter what you paid for it, you don't owe that no more. Right. Even if it's $3,000 an acre. Because whatever God blessed you, you bought it with the money you already paid for. Right. Tithe. So even if you bought land that was $10,000 an acre, you were able to get it for $1,000. You don't owe God tithe because it's worth $10,000. You only owe God tithe because of what you bought it. Now, if you turn around and sold it, get it? Then, let's say you bought it for $1,000 an acre, kept it 5 years, and sold it for $10,000 an acre. Then you would owe God tithe on the $9,000. You see it now? Because that's profit. You only pay tithe on the what? On the 1,000. Then you pay tithe for the value over if you selling it. Anybody understand? Amen. That's called a gross. See? Any question? Okay. Everybody see it now? Yeah. It's important that you know that. So just like I try to tell people, like you don't owe tithe on groceries. Anybody understand? Why doesn't he owe tithe on his groceries? Because you paid tithe on the money you used to buy what? Groceries. Now, if you decide you just want to get your pastor something while you're out there shopping, that's fine. But you don't owe tithe on groceries that unless you bought groceries with food stamps. Why do you owe tithe on food stamps? Because you receive what? The food stamp. Whatever they are, you owe that in what? Tithe. Right. Anybody see it now? You got to look at the whole picture. What I'm saying It's a difference when Junior working every week, him and Keisha, and they go buy what? Grocery, and they pay their tithe. However, if they get $1,000 worth of food stamps, then they owe God 100 what? Anybody see it now? Because that's not money you work what? For. It's got nothing to do with income. Everybody see it now?
Man.
And the tithe thing really need to be explained because people need to know where you are. It ain't like you pay tithe, then you turn around and tithe again. And if you're not careful, you'll get in a church and they'll do that to you and say, well, you owe God 10% of what you went and bought for groceries. And you say, but I already paid tithes on my what? Money. Why do I need to tithe what? That's called double dipping. And you can't double dip. And I'm not going to teach you that because that's not right to do. So anything after you paid tithe and gave your offering is you saying what? Of your own free will, you give. Okay. So moving on.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Okay, I got the tithe for when I offer. It is from what you're able to give, or is it a certain amount?
Well, no. Well, what it is, it says an offering you give as the Lord has prospered you. But what most people don't know is that based on the Bible, a lot of time, if you're giving like you're supposed to give, your offering most of the time will exceed your tithe anyway. That's what the Bible said. Is that offering usually exceeds tithe what? Anyway. And a lot of people don't realize that. The offerings were designed to run the church with. And that's what most people don't know. Tithe is designed to take care of the preacher. That's his salary. Now, think about what I'm saying. Now, most of you say, okay, wow. But that ain't always wow. Because guess what? You'd be surprised how many people don't pay what? Now, what happened to the preacher when you don't pay tithe? What happened?
He suffers.
He suffers. He don't get paid. He don't have any. That'd be just like telling somebody, that's why the Lord used preaching and pastoring and by saying the workman is worthy of his what? His salary is based on faith. That everybody is going to pay their what? Tithe. What if they don't though?
He suffers.
Okay, let's say everybody pay their tithe, but they don't give their offering. It's just as bad as not paying what? Tithe. Because guess what that pastor got to do?
Come out of his pocket. Ooh.
He's got to take the tithe, turn around and pay the church what? Bills, because the offerings didn't come up to be enough to pay the what?
Bills.
But what I'm asking was, what percentage is your offering supposed to be? Or is it just...
It's the offering is give as the Lord has what? Prospered you. So I can't set it. Now we have what we call covenant. And a lot of y'all have been in covenant. And most of you all don't realize that is that what you give, the $10 a week, that's covenant. You covenant to do that. That's not giving offering. That's a covenant. You say, well, I'll give $10 a week. And the reason why we did that, it has never been raised when we first got here. When we first started this church, we only had about 5 people. And at that time, nobody was paying tithe. Most of them, the most we would get is $20. No matter how much money folks made, they get $20. That was the highest tithe you were going to get, $20. Well, you wasn't going to be able to take care of the what? Church. So we had to ask people, would you covenant to give God $10, at least $10 a week? Because them that were giving $20 offering, tithe, was giving $1. You got 5 people giving you $1 for offering and $20 for tithing. How you going to run the what?
Church.
Now we got everybody paying tithe, pretty much, but nobody giving no offerings. So we come out here and we take up $50, and I'm serious. We go back there and get the book. We don't average $100 a week in offering. Anybody see it now? We don't average $100 a week, and yet we pay $1,000 a month on that fellowship hall. We don't take up $100 a week in offering. Our light bill down here average $600, $700, $800 a month. The water bill is $3-something. The house note over there is $6. And the offering is running $50. Like Sunday we took up $69. Friday night I think we took up $63. Tithe and all Sunday came up to, I think it was $108 or $9, including offering. I mean, I have to look at the book to get the exact figure, but the whole thing together was about $108 or $9. That was including tithe. Anybody see what I'm saying now? So I really don't know what the offering was. I'm saying I had to look at the book. But I'm saying every time we take up $30, $25. And then we say, some people say, oh, I put my offering in the bucket. And you say, well, if you put your offering in, I've had people say to me, well, I put my $10 in the bucket. And you say, if you did $10, somebody else comes and say, well, I put $20 in the bucket. And you only took up 41. Then you're saying what? Somebody ain't gave what? But we don't stop there. And I want y'all to understand that. It's a hard struggle to pastor here. But I don't complain about that because I just tell God every day that we make it to the next day, we're blessed. And you believe God that it's going to get what? Better. And it's beginning to get better because I got more and more people. Because at one point there were people who wasn't paying tithe. And you have to really look at it and say, well, you know, you got to see, well, you got Mick, Hal, Bob, Jackie, Sis, me, all those people in my house, you know, and they trusted me to take care of them and give them an offering. So I have to give on my behalf, their behalf, Liz's behalf, Kobe's behalf. Anybody understand?
Amen.
So a lot of times, they know, Bob and them know, that I get up on the first of the month and I just get out a list and I just look at the list, write down everybody we got to pay. And by the time we get tithe and stuff and all that we get, and I come back home, I'm flat broke. But at the top of my list, I always say, house of God come first. And if you're going to be a leader or a pastor, you have to do that. Or you won't be able to have church. You know. But you don't worry about that. I'm not saying that so you all can get all in a frenzy. I'm just saying that because he asked the what? Question. And that's why I say the offering has to be over and above what? Tithe. Because it takes more to run the church than it do to take care of the pastor. Because guess what? If Mr. White makes $100, the pastor only got $10.
Amen.
Anybody see it now? So when you look at your tithe and say, well, my tithe is $40. Well, that's 40. Here maybe 100, that's 50. Now think about your check and say, well, now if you say that's 2 people paying tithe, that's $50. You make more than that in a day. You got to remember the pastor got bills what?
2.
2.